Wi-Fi hotspot? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't really.
AT&T.
Oh, they have Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Oh, what is it?
So first, I'd like to thank
Probably ball
Lejanet and
chain.
Brent for making
Yeah,
me
what's the
part of their
password?
special day. Thank you guys. I'm honored. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Janelle. I'm
Janelle.
Lejanet's sister and maid of honor, and she's also my best friend. When we were little, everyone referred to us as Las Minitas. Those of you that don't speak Spanish are probably wondering what Las Minitas means, what it translates to in English. But those that speak Spanish are also wondering the same thing. And that's because it's a made-up word, a nickname that our family gave us that means Lejanet and Janelle. It's something all our own that represents our special bond. It says a lot when you have a name that refers to both of you and you aren't part of a celebrity couple. Lejanet enjoyed 13 short months of bliss before she was blessed with a younger sister.
That's even better.
She was our parents' first child and the first grandchild on both sides of the family. So you can imagine that when I came along, I turned her little baby world upside down. But like with everything else, Lejanet took it in stride, and not only was she a good sport about sharing the limelight, but she embraced her role as the big sister. And as part of that role, Lejanet has always looked out for me. I used to get a bad cough a lot when I was little, and I needed to be given cough medicine. So one night, my parents received a phone call from one of our teachers, and the teacher said to them, "Janelle's a good girl, but she's always falling asleep." And so they wondered, what's wrong with our daughter? Like, she sleeps all night. There's no reason for her to be falling asleep in class. You know, what's going on? And it was Lejanet who saved my academic career by telling them, of course she falls asleep at school. Before you go to work, Mom, you give her a big cucharada. For those that you don't know, that means a big heaping spoonful of cough medicine. And then, before we leave for school, Abu, our great-grandmother, Abu was really the greatest, and I'm sure she's looking down, smiling right now. But Abu, our great-grandmother, would also give her a big cucharada of spoon medicine, of cough syrup. So thanks to Lejanet, my parents realized that I was basically getting drunk on cough syrup every day before going to school. So thank you. I didn't have to stay back 2 years. They figured out nothing was wrong with me and I was able to keep going. So I owe that to Lejanet. Things were a lot less foggy for me once I stopped having that extra dose of cough syrup. And having Lejanet as a sister basically meant that I had a built-in best friend. Being 13 months apart means you share a lot of things. We shared the same room. We shared the same sense of fashion because our parents dressed us in matching outfits pretty much for as long as we let them put up with it. We also had the same haircuts for a while because when we were about 4 or 5, Lejanet decided to cut both our hairs with some scissors while they weren't looking. And I'm pretty sure I got the raw end of that deal because she got really creative on what my bangs were. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we made my mom cry that day. Sorry, Mom. And eventually, when we outgrew that fighting stage that all siblings go through, we even shared the same friends. Although, to be honest, I guess in reality, Lejanet shared her friends with me. That's fine. And Brent is one of those friends. Lejanet and Brent have been friends since grade school. And in fact, both my husband Charlie and I, who's that handsome groomsman over there, I don't know if you can wave at me. Oh, down there. He's also being videographer. That guy. And Lejanet and Brent and I have all went to the same grade school, which makes me wonder if we owe the university school some sort of matchmaking fee. I don't know, just maybe. But when it comes to dating, I've also been a protective sister. And if anyone didn't treat Lejanet up to par, I let them know that they had me to face for it. And believe me, I'm not an easy nemesis. I think some guys were more scared of me than they were of my dad, and that says a lot. But with Brent, I knew I didn't have to be protective. He's always cared for her, respected her, and I knew he would do whatever he could do to make her happy, and he still does to this day. And I knew for sure that he was the one when Brent almost died of heartache when Lejanet moved to Arkansas for work and they had to do long distance. I mean, literally, the guy almost died of heartache. He went and got himself some sort of rare bacterial infection in the lining of his heart. Yes, no joke, this is for real. And he had to go and be immediately admitted to the hospital. I get a call from Lejanet. Brent's in the hospital. Something's going on with his heart. Something's going on with his heart. So I go to visit Brent, not only because he's my friend, but also because I needed to assure Lejanet that he would survive. And then, just to make sure that he didn't die of boredom, I lent him my Kindle with the copy of Game of Thrones on it that I had recently purchased. Hodor. Thankfully Brent survived, obviously, and to this day, they both are still big Game of Thrones fans. Hodor. And as cliche as it sounds, these two really are perfect for each other. They both have big hearts, they're extremely loyal, they're caring, open-minded, and positive. They're the most easygoing people I know, and they hate drama, which makes them both easy to love. They're creative, I had to switch pages. They're creative, individualistic, and adventurous, and they're always up for new experiences. And they both like the look of a little bit of mountain beard, as well as craft beverages. So with that, let's raise our glasses to Lejanet and Brent. Here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers. I love you guys.
And McSorley's! No? Too soon?
Now we're going to invite Jack, the best man.